Hi guys, good to have you all back. Let's do another junk journal page spread in my 1920s gentleman's journal. Okay, before I start the video, I'm going to explain what I'm doing, what I'm using and such. I'm going to tell you where I was last Monday. Now, if you're not at all interested in my personal life, lovies, please skip to the next chapter. Yes, where I'm going to explain what we're making and the supplies we're using. But I need to address where I was last Monday. So last Monday I had to skip a video. I did post on my community page where I told you that my lovely cat Jackson was very sick and we had to take him to the vets. He had a seizure that morning. We were so scared, so we immediately took him to the vet. It was most likely epilepsy. So he probably has epilepsy, but they had to keep him there for observation. Now, mind you, my cat Jackson is the loveliest cat in the world, unless you put him in a strange environment, in a cage surrounded by other cages with other animal, and then try to poke him with a medical tool. So that didn't really work out. So the vet, he rang us and he was like, please help, because we cannot calm him down. We cannot do anything. Now, my cat also has a heart murmur, a small heart murmur. So putting him under anesthesia is not the best thing to do. So I went there immediately because I know I could calm him down. At one point, he didn't even like me anymore. So yeah, this happened. But he's forgiving because we love him. They did all sorts of tests. I had to stay there with him. So I saw everything happen. It was horrible. Oh my God, so awful to see your baby there. And then with, oh my gosh, yeah, okay. So we have some results back from his blood tests. Most of everything is okay. There were some deficiencies of some substance that we're going to sort of try to figure out. About epilepsy, we're going to wait to start a treatment because the treatment's also not really healthy for his liver and his heart murmur. So maybe it's sort of a one-time thing, or it's going to happen once a year. We're hoping that it is this. So yes, updates to come. Jackson is at home. He's at home. He's doing okay. He's happy. We are putting extra love on him. We love him so much. But guys, thank you so much, all of you who sent us the well wishes and the prayers. And so that really helped. I need to answer a lot more comments. But as you can imagine, I was a little bit preoccupied. Still a little bit preoccupied today. But I need to take my mind off things. So I'm going to do a project. Yes? Okay, perfect. Let's get back to the project. So today's project, I'm going to use this page. This is music paper. It's old paper. It's already sort of starting to rip here on the bottom. So I'm going to reinforce that part as well. It's actually the tiniest bit too tall for the elastic. So I'm probably going to cut a little piece off. So this is the page that I'm using. What am I making? I'm going to at least do one page, maybe two, but let's just see how far we'll get. I want to make a belly band. Not a small one. I think it's going to be 3 inches wide. That also will function as a notepad. Yeah? Belly band, notepad hybrid. Yeah? On this page. Now, if I have enough time, I may do probably a page edge side talk. Most likely. So, this is going to be the easiest project and such a fun project. Page edges are such a fun thing to do. But belly band, notepad, page edge. Yes. I am going to use postage stamps. Lots of them. But if you don't have postage stamps, lovies, scrappies, labels, all sorts. Let me show you the supplies that I think I might need for today's project. For papers, I have a piece of cardstock. This is a 4 size. Yes, if you don't have cardstock, use Less Love scrapbook paper, lovies, because I'm gonna cover most of it. So cardstock, yes. Then for the notepad, I'm using these are sort of scrappy papers that you can actually write on. Sort of blank papers, not really blank because it's lines and grids and all sorts. Yeah. So this I'm going to use for like this. For the notepad, yeah. Then the other paper, well, I have my box of postage stamps here. Yes, it's a big box full of postage stamps, not sorted. I use these all the time. Now, again, lovelies, if you don't have postage stamps, use other scrappies. Use labels or just scraps. Use something that you like. Yeah, is that it for paper? I think so. I might add a label or something. I don't know. Okay, for tools. So I'm going to take out the usual suspects. I have glue, ruler, knife, scissors. Yes, somewhere a ruler. I have my tiny attacher. You don't need the tiny attacher. You can have a normal stapler for stapling the notepad. Yes, so I have my tiny attacher. I need to make a couple of scores. So I have my scoreboard out. Not really necessary, lovelies. You can also do it just with folding. The notepad is going to be flipped up. Yes, it's going to flip up, have as a notepad, and then the back of the notepad is going to function as the belly band, so you can put something underneath. But I also want a closure on the flap. So for this, I think I'm going to use a tab, and then, you know, an incision that you can put the tab in. I don't know. I think a tab. Yes, because I want to make it a little bit more masculine, manly. I might add an eyelet or a brad or something. Probably do some inking as well. Is that it? I think that's it. So no fancy smancy stuff. Except maybe for my tab punch. But you don't need a tab punch. Just make a label around corners. And I'm going to explain once I get to that part. Yeah? Is that it? Think so. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to give you some measurements, but that's only because this is my page, lovelies. If you're going to do it on your own page, just make it smaller or bigger. I don't think it's going to be bigger because this is a big page. Now, this is 7 inches wide. Yes, how tall is it? Well, it was too tall, so I took off the tiniest bit. 8 1/4. Because this is very wide, it's a 7-inch page, I can make my belly band 3 inches. Yes? So I'm going to make a wider one. Now, if you have a smaller page, please make it smaller. Make it 2.5 inches or 2 inches, whatever you want. Now, it needs to have a back and a flap over it. If I fold this in, that will not work because that's way too small. Yes, but maybe yours will, but mine won't. So I am cutting 2 strips of 3 inches. Yes, and the strips are taller than my page. So 2 strips of 3 inches, depending on how long your page is. I will be left with a smaller strippy that I'll probably use for the page edge. Yes, so 2 strips of 3 inches. Now, I can tell you how tall this is. This is 11.5 inches because it's A4. But if you're working with like letter size and it's 11 inches, fantastic. If you're working with scrapbook paper, it's 12 inches, fantastic. Because we're gonna, you know, fix it. So longer piece of paper. So let me cut the 2 strippies of 3 inches. One of the strips is going to be the bottom of the notepad and the actual belly band. Now, if you don't know what a belly band is, lovelies, it's sort of a pocket. It's glued to the top and the bottom, but not on the side, so that you can actually, when it's glued down, put something else underneath. Yes, bigger piece that will show up. So that's what a belly band is. One piece is going to be the bottom, one piece is going to be the top. Now, they are taller than my page, but that's what we want. Yeah? Let me try to explain. The notepad is going to be attached here. I want to have a tall, skinny notepad. Then this bottom part here, it is taller. Doesn't really need to be like 5 inches taller. It could be just 2 inches taller, lovelies. Yes. This is going to be sort of folded up over it. Yes. And then this part is going to be the top, the cover. So I'm basically going to glue this underneath. Yes. Have it fold over and then close here or there. Yes, so it's going to be glued underneath, glued over. So if you have a long strip of paper, that'll work as well. But I'm going to make it from 2 pieces of paper. Okay, 2 things that I need to do. One is to make the notepad. And 2 is to make a lovely collage from the postage stamps. What is it that we want to do first? I'm going for the notepad. Let's start with the notepad. So I've taken out all sorts of papers that you can write on. I have some grid paper, I have some modern ledger, I have this graph paper, that's fantastic, lined paper, pads for notes, blank paper, all sorts. Yes, from notebooks, notepads, from telefax, something. So all sorts, yeah. Some are going to be smaller, some are going to be taller. They will all fit in here. So this is 3 inches. I'm going to make my notepad 2 3/4 inch. Yeah, because I want it to be a little bit smaller than the cover. I think that just looks better. So I'm going to make it the tiniest bit smaller. Yes. And the tallest one is going to be sort of an inch removed from the bottom. Something like it, maybe 1/2 inch. Yeah, so I can give you measurements, but use your page as a guideline for this. So tall one, shorter one. Yeah, so I'm going to cut all these strippies at least to 2 3/4 size, because I want this to fit in here. Now, if yours is 2 inches wide, then make it 1 3/4. Yes, or if yours is 5 inches, you know. Okay, so let me cut all these pieces of lovely paper to size. Yeah, and then we're going to stack them in an order that we like, and it's going to be very simple. And I'm going to staple them here. So I need to make sure that my staples are big enough to put this on. If the tiny attacher doesn't work, then I'm going to take out the big guns. Okay, let me cut all these. So of all my strippies of paper, they're all the same width, but not all the same height. Well, most of them, for some reason, are. So all different sorts. I just like it. It doesn't really matter if the lines are like vertical or horizontal, because, you know, who cares? Who cares? You can write on it. So all sorts. Most of these are vintage papers from vintage notepads, or a little bit newer. I just like them. And then some smaller ones. I obviously put the smaller ones on the top. Yes. Line them up. Yeah. So they fit in here, also not all the way to the bottom. So I left about 1/2 inch. I didn't even needed to cut them to size. Okay, I'm going to put some clamps on it, because I do not want them to move. Lining it up at the top. Yes. Centering it. Leaving the tiniest bit of room on the top. I do not even know why yet, but I think better. Might be better. Put clamp on it here and there, just to have everything, you know, stuck. Take out your stapler or what have you. I have my tiny attacher. I'm hoping this is not too heavy. Probably not. No, worked. Gonna put in 3, right? Yes. Okay, well, notepad. But now we need the flap to go over it. We have a whole piece on the bottom left here. Now I'm thinking, if I see the width of the notepad, which is not, I probably 1/8 of an inch or something, I'm going to make a small sort of spine here on the bottom, and also a small sort of spine here on the top. I think I want the spine to be like 1/4 inch. So this is going to be attached here. Yes. Then here on the bottom, I want to make a spine that is 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to mark it. I'm going to mark it here. There we go. Taking out my scoreboard. Yes. Scoring here. Yep. And then 1/4 inch. Am I doing it right? Oh my gosh. How many scores are you making? You just needed the one, love. Yes, there you go. Okay. Fold up. Fold it up. Small spine. Yeah? So this is now the bottom part. Make any sense? We need to do the same on the top. However, yes, I'm going to flip it. So I think I'm going to overlap it like an inch. I'm going to put a tab on here and then make sort of an incision here and then sort of fold the tab in as sort of a closure. So I'm going to close it up with a tab, but I'm going to do that later. So I'm going to overlap it like an inch, put it here all the way to the top. Yes, lining it up with the bottom part, marking it here. Yes, and then making another, that's upside down, lovey, another 1/4 inch spine. There we go. Okay, so when we fold this now, yes, this is going to be stuck glued underneath. Yes, so also the papers will not get caught in the staples because we stapled it down. Probably gonna cut a piece off. So it's gonna look like this. Yes, gonna close up here. Then you open it up. Ta-da! Notepad. You can probably, I'm not gonna do it, but you can rip the pages off if you want to. Yeah. So lovely notepad. Am I going to round corners? I am going to round corners. So sorry. Also need a corner round. I think that'll make it look even better. Yes. But before I do the corner rounding, I am going to collage this with whatever you have. I want to do postage stamps. Also this part. Yes. So I want to put postage stamps here. I want to put postage stamps there. I think I'm going to stamp something on the spines. Something small. Just, because of loveliness. Yeah? Fantastic. First, collaging. Bottom part. Need to collage here, so put an arrow that way. Because, postage stamps are sort of directional. Yeah? So I'm going to flip it over. I need to put postage stamps here. Then this is going to be the flap over it. So this is going to go down. Yes, I did take off a small little piece here that I'm going to use to make a tab. I'll probably stamp on this. Do not know for sure yet. But first, let's do some collaging. I have a glue book. Glue pages. Then I'm just going to take out stuff. Yes. I will probably have some of the postage stamps overlap and then cut them to size later. I prefer this. So I'm just going to stick stuff on with my glue stick. I am not going to overlap on the bottom because I want to stamp here. So I'm going to line up the bottom part. Like so. Oh, pretty. Yes, they're all pretty. I know. I'm very fortunate here in Europe. We do have access to a lot of postage stamps. Yeah, and I am not a collector, says she with a box next to her. So I have no clue what these are all about. If they're really old or not that old. But I'm trying to do older looking ones. This one here. Because of the 1920s journal. I have this sort of overlap there. Do you want to do a United States one? Yes, we do. Just making lovely collages. This is Sverige. Does it look older? I don't know. There. With a lovely number 10. From Germany. Oh, this is a Dutch one. Somewhere. I do really like collaging with stamps. It just gives a sort of a lovely effect to it. Let's have something green here. Is this big enough to put here? It is. I would stick out the tiniest bit and then cut it there. A bigger one. Yes. Small one, tiny one. Ooh, will the 7 show up? We will make it show up. Another Dutch one. It's going to cover up United States, but not Thomas Jefferson. Yes. Now, I'm going to let it dry and then just trim all around it. And it will look amazing. As for the other one, I've taken out all the sort of more modern postage stamps. So I did almost organize them. I don't know if we're going to do all of this on camera, lovies. Do you want to have a chat? Let's have a chat. I'll put this here. So how are you guys going? What are you watching at the minute? And also, are you on vacation? Have you been on vacation? Speaking of which, yes, lovies, I am going to go, well, not really on vacation, but I'm going to have some time off in August. So I'm just giving you my notice. Yeah, I really need to. I was going to do this last year, but then, well, my mom sadly passed last July. So obviously we did not do a vacation then. But it has been, well, stressful. So we really do need a vacation. We do need a vacation. So this August, I'm going to have videos on that are shorter, easy, small projects, especially if you are on holiday and you're like, well, I have about 30 minutes to do something. Well, I have the perfect project for you. So I'm going to do some small projects. I will have a digital kit. It is going to be amazing. Yes, I am working on it. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. Yes, I'm going to have a mega pack for you guys. Yeah. 45 pages. Yes, 45 pages. Cool, right? Yeah. And it's going to have all sorts. So there's something for everyone in there. I am going to name it miscellaneous. This is too close to this one with the same writing. So I'm going to put it there. Oh, they're also lovely. I absolutely love them. So I think it's going to be sort of a mass make August, not really, but smaller project. Did I just put it upside down? No, there's 500 here, love. The 500 is not upside down. Let's do a green one from Norway. Do I have a spot that doesn't have the glue yet? Well, that wasn't the right spot. And there you go. Yeah, well, we are spending our holiday renovating. We are actually going to renovate my craft room. Well, not really my craft room, the roof of the craft room. My studio is in a conservatory, which is lovely because all sorts of windows. I can look outside into the garden. It's just fantastic. But guess what? In summer, very warm, lucky. I now have an air conditioning, so that works. And in winter, cold. So we're actually putting in a ceiling. A normal ceiling. Already lovely? Already lovely. I really, really like it. Small one here. But this means that my whole craft room needs to be emptied out. So even if I wanted to film, I cannot, because why not? Put your thoughts together, because yeah, well, there's going to be lots of mess here, so I cannot craft. So I'm taking a couple of days off, but I know you guys won't mind. Well deserved, right? Yes, well deserved. Fantastic. These are all sort of muted colors, right? There's no bright blue or green in here. Does this one fit? Not really. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah. So yes. Vacation. Have you been on holiday? Let me know. Was it nice? Where'd you go? I'm going nowhere. I'm going in Los Jardinos, in the garden. But that's quite all right. That's quite all right. Tim and I, we're not really vacation type of people. No, we're like homebodies. We enjoy being at home. You already had this one, love. Well, I'm gonna put it on anyway. There you go. How's it looking so far? Cool? Ooh, let's do this blue one here. Oh, it's on its side. Blue one there. Lovely pinky one. I was trying to get them all sort of older, but I didn't see all the dates on them. So some of them might be like, you know, very recent. I don't think so, but might be. There's 1969 on here, so. Or with a space thingy. 1920s? Don't think so. Could be me, but I don't think they had space thingies back then. I'm going to put this one here. Okay, loves. Here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to finish this. Yes, I'm going to do all the decorating with the post stamps. Going to look awesome. Cut it. Yes. And then get back to you guys. Cool? Very. Yeah, I really like it. I just really love this effect. So this is going to be glued here. Yes. And then we're going to make here a sort of a closure with a tab thingy. Looks like a post stamp album. It's really cool. Okay, but I do want to round corners. My normal corner rounder, so not the very big ones, just normal corner rounder. At the biggest setting at 10. So I've waited with corner rounding after I put on all the poster stamps. Yeah? Okay. Inking. Let's do a little bit of inking. I am not decorating the inside. You can, love. You can totally, you know, do another lovely collage there. I am just not. That's why I've used craft colored cardstock. There you go. Now, if you want to, yes, and that might be smart. I don't think I have the time for this. You can put a coat of this over it, multi-medium matte or matte medium or Mod Podge. Yes, it will leave sort of a surface so it feels better, and also it will make sure that none of the little small piece of paper will, like this, see, curl up, but I simply don't have the time. But that will be lovely. So if you'd have this, by all means, do this. Yes, and because these are not, unless you are using digitals that are printed on an inkjet printer, so not a laser printer. If you put this on, then all the colors will bleed. So only put it on like the poster stamps or something that is printed with a laser printer, not an inkjet printer. There we go. Okay, Before I glue these down, I need to do some stamping. Well, 2 small stamps. I'm going to put one here. It's not necessary at all, but I just want to. And one here. I've taken out signatures from the past too. There's some small strippies on here. I'm going to put, hopefully this fits. Well, that's basically perfect. There you go. Piccadilly, London. I need a little bit of ink. Are you doing black? I'm doing black at the moment. Yeah, well, why not? I can do black. There you go. Piccadilly, London. Yeah, also good. Oh, I'm gonna do it on the bottom as well. Why not? Why not? Same one here. And Piccadilly, London. Just to have a little bit of something there. Great. Okay. I think I'm going to glue these two together. Yes, so the top part and the bottom part. Yes. Then we're going to make the tab and make sort of a closure. I'm going to make a tab. Now, normally what I do is first stamp something on the paper and then punch the tab. Not this time. I'm going to do it the other way around. Now, I'm hoping this is big enough if I fold this in to make this tab. But lovies, if you don't have a tab punch, just do this. Yes, round corners and make it into a tab. Bone folder. Very heavy paper, so I'm hoping my tab punch will actually cut through here. Short piece, needs some help. There we go. Please cut. Yes, it's jumping. There you go. Okay, so this is going to go here. I'm going to cover the king's head there. Well, there was a lovely image there of a king. But, you know, no longer. And then I'm going to make an incision here. But first I want to stamp on this. And I'm going to attach this with either brads or eyelets. I just, just for fun. Okay. I've taken out correspondence because of the poster stamps by Mr. Tim Holtz. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Mr. Tim Holtz, have you seen his new stamps? They're not in the shops yet. I just saw some pictures and I am so excited. Finally, some stamps that oh my gosh, there's one there. I don't know the names of them. That's going to be up there with eccentric for sure. What are we going to put here? Well, a this. Received. Perfect. Are you gonna do we're gonna do black. For some reason, I'm doing black. And there we go. Yes, and then probably add small brads here. Do a little bit of inking. You could do something on the other side. I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. I will, however, ink this with black soot. I'm a little bit darker than the rest. And then most likely take out a very dark color brad or small eyelet. Oh, I have the small black eyelets. Yes, small black eyelets. Yes. Yeah, it'll be like so. Perfect. Okie dokie. Yes, so the new stamp set, I believe there are 6 or 7. 2 of them are not me, maybe 3. But at least 4 are so me. There's a big alphabet. There's a background stamp that's called Hodgepodge something. Oh my gosh. It has all sorts on it. I just wish he made a stamp with all the individual pieces that were on there, but you know, he didn't. And then something that's like very similar to eccentric, with all small sorts of numbers and bits and bobs. It's called something like bits and bobs, but I cannot remember. And then two or three floral ones, big letters, and with a typewriter keys and some. Oh my gosh, love these. Yeah, you need to go watch it. There we go. He'll probably have his video this Saturday with the release. I'm gonna glue this on with my this. And there we go. In the center, yes, I'm covering up. His name was his name George or Edward? Well, he was at one point, for a very brief amount of time, the King of England. Yes, I'm also going to cover up Thomas Jefferson's face. Okay. I need to make 2 marks. Do I have a sort of a marker? Yes. I'm not going to put make the line here, but a little bit above it, of course, because it needs to be stuck in. So I'm going to make it here. And there. Hopefully on one line. I need a knife and I need a ruler. Where did I mark it? Here. I'm going to line my dot up with a line on my mat. There you go. Well, I did a very good job. I'm going to cut 2 small lines, very close to one another. And then hopefully I'll be able, let's see, on the other side, to take it out. Yes, see? Ta-da. Like so. Will this fit? Yay. It will. It will, you know, it needs a little bit of fiddling about, but it will work. See, if I put like Mod Podge on it, this would not have happened. But that's okay, because I also have normal glue. Okay, speaking of glue, I am going to glue these 2 pieces together. Yes, putting glue on this flap. No need for rounding corners or decorating, because you're not even gonna see this. Yes. So I'm going to glue this there, right? On the top. And do it like so. Leaving the tiniest bit of room from the score. Well, from the spine. Otherwise we'll be in a little bit of trouble. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. And then you close it up. Like so. Oh yes. I'm gonna put in 2 small eyelets. Why not eyelets? Fantastic. Absolutely love it. But it does need a label. So I've taken out a blank label. This is probably from, well, this is from Michelle's Junk Journal Studio in a lovely sort of blue color. So I've taken out Bluebell, and it's going to be something, well, I'm thinking US airmail. Does this fit on here? Perfect. Perfect. I'm hoping this is the right color. So here's what I'm doing. I'm first going to stamp it on the back. Yes, it'll work. Lovely, right? Yeah, yes. It's going to be not as bright as the border of the label, but that's quite all right. Hoping this is sort of in the center. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And then we need a spot. I'm not covering up this guy's head. There we go. Here. I'm going to let it dry for a second and then ink a little bit with... Oh, I think it's dry. With frayed burlap. US airmail. Yeah, I'll put it there. There we go. You could put brats in. I'm not going to. I already have the eyelets here. Fantastic. Now, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to glue it on the page. Here's the page. Yes. Putting glue here and here. So on the top and on the bottom. Sort of a heavy project, so I'm putting on lots of glue. You could also use glue tape if you want to. I don't enjoy glue tape. Not upside down. There we go. And what is the center? About here. There and there. Yes. Open her up. Push it down. Push it down. Oh yes, that closes up nicely. Fantastic, right? It will create a little bit of bulk in your journal. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's cute. But I really do like it. Yeah? So you have a belly band. You can... Do I have a... Well, you can put something underneath. Yes. Bigger piece that will stick out. And if you want to do a little bit of writing or you need a notepad, there you go. You have your notepad. Double the fun. Double the fun. Let me quickly have a look. Go back in. Yes. How long this video is. And if we have time to do a page edge here. Page edge strippies. Lovely. Lovely project to do. Okay. I've cut this to size. I have it 1.5 inch wide by the total height of the page. Yes. I will glue it here, here and here. Yeah. And so this is also going to be a tuck spot. Yes? Okay. But what you're going to do? Yes, postage stamps. Postage stamps. I have all sorts out and I'm just going to put glue on. And it's going to stick out everywhere. That's actually what I want. I'm going to take out a very big one here. And also not straight. I'm going to do it like this. Yes, like this. Why? Because I just can. Okay. I'm just going to add glue. I might put the Mod Podge on here. I might. Who knows? A bit of this. Another big one. There we go. I want everything to go wonky off the sides. I will cut this to size, but this will have a sort of a wonky finish. Well, that's okay, because that's all we want. What else? Ooh, pretty one. Pretty, pretty. I have this here. Always take out everything that you have. They don't need to be postage stamps, right? No. It could be a whatever. Could be a whatever. we have something brownish? Not a big one. Let's do this one. Blue. United States postage stamps. Yes. It needs one there, I know. Working on it. Oh, lovely pink. I don't think this is from the 20s, but also I don't really care because it's just pretty. There's a chicken or a rooster on it. Probably a rooster. Yes, that is Robert J. Kennedy. It's Mr. Kennedy, not from the 20s. He isn't, no. What else? What else? Ooh, lovely purple. From Spain. How about a red one here? Am I still in frame? Oops. I really like this one. We just put it here. Yeah, just put it there. And that's a newer one. Trying to find some older ones, but honestly, guys, I don't know. I don't know which ones are older or not. Sometimes I can tell, but most of the time I'm just, you know, just gluing stuff on. Ooh, lovely yellow. We're stuck. We're stuck. What else? That looks a little bit older. Also looks older. From Sweden. A little bit of a bigger one. Yep. This will fit, and then a small one. This is not. Oh, I'm gonna. No, that's the same color. Canada again. That's a newer one. Well, I'll do this. From Italy. There we go. Okay, going to let it dry for a second. Yes, and I'm going to cut one side off. This side, the top and the bottom. I'm going to have this stick out. I will add the Mod Podge. No, multimedia, media mat stuff. This. Yeah, cool. So I have my glue out and a brush. And I've put down a cut. This is actually from the kitchen, a cutting mat. I'm not using this in the kitchen anymore, lovies. And I'm just going to add the glue on. It will also make the edges, I think, a little bit sturdier. I need to lift this as soon as I can, otherwise it will be stuck to the mat, and that's not what we want. Little glue here. There we go. Go. Yes, fantastic. See, nothing is bleeding. Okay, lifting it up. I'm gonna have it here to dry for a couple of minutes. Yes. I'm going to try to do the inking only on that side, not on the inside. Needs a little bit more glue here. There's no glue there. Well, there is now. There we go. In the meanwhile, I'm going to clean my brush and the mat. It's a little bit tacky, but dry enough for me to put on. I did try to ink all around it. Now, that's a little bit more difficult when you put the matte medium on because it doesn't really want to stay, but a little bit, a tiny bit. Now, you can just have it as a page edge, lovely. You don't need to make this into a tuck spot. It will be very vulnerable if you put papers in because you'll probably sort of damage it. Yes, love, I know. You want to say hi to the people? I'm feeling fine, people. I want to go play outside. But honestly, that's not an option anymore because my Jackson is like sort of a vacuum cleaner. He eats everything that is on the floor and also in the garden. So he just basically eats anything that he sees. And apparently he's also eating stuff that he doesn't really need to eat. So he cannot go outside anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, he's not having it, of course. Yes, lovey. He's looking at me like, Mom, please. Do you know what I've been through? Now we have a boo-boo here. Here's where the page got ripped by the elastic from the journal. Guess what? We have boo-boo tape. Guys, this is not actually called boo-boo tape. That's the name that I gave it. It's from Mr. Tim Holtz. It's called cello sticker tape. But I name everything. So if you're gonna go Google search boo-boo tape, you're probably not gonna find this. However, I will just keep calling it boo-boo tape. Yes, I know, love. And it just looks awesome. I'm gonna flip it over. There you go. See? That's what we have the tape for. Now I'm thinking I need another strip as well. Just, you know. Do we need another strip? Of course we do. I'm going to put down another strippy. Just, you know, there. Just there. Why? Because we can. Okay, I think it's dry enough. Let's see what this looks like in the journal. Here's what it looks like in the journal. If you are careful, lovies, you can put something in, but you need to be careful. See, you can just put something in because it's actually a tuck spot. Cool, right? I really like the use of the boo-boo tape. Yes, and then we go to the other side. Oh, this was actually the middle of the signature. And then we have the notepad. Yes, you open it up like so. There you go. Write something on, tear it out, whatever you want to. And also a belly band, because you can put something underneath. And then it closes like so. Easy, right? Yeah. Why not? Why not? Cool. Well, if you have postage stamps, this is an absolute fantastic project to do. If not, use labels. If you have lots of digital labels from Michelle to Junk Journal Studio or Tracy Fox or what have you, do labels or just scrappies. Just scrappies. Washi tape. Washi stickers. Anything that you have plenty of. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I was really happy to be back at my desk again to do a little bit of crafting. Hopefully I'll be back again this Friday, but I'm not making any promises because, you know, Jackson over here, Mr. Jackson, yes, this one, I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully he's going to be fine and I will be able to make a lovely video. Okay, guys, hoping to see you Friday. Until then, bye, guys.